It's basically futuristic Dick Van Dyke. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. Right. And of course, we're all looking forward to Dick Spanner the musical.
Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Welcome back to the Gerry Anderson Podcast.
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Yes.
Happy Newton Year.
I see what you did.
It's clever, isn't it? We don't just throw this thing together.
Yeah, he's been working on that for
We put
weeks.
actual thought into this. Newton Faulkner, singer-songwriter, thanks so much for joining us
Oh, absolute pleasure.
for our special New Year's edition.
I know, Happy New Year.
So let me ask you rather, how was Christmas in the Faulkner household?
Absolute chaos, as usual.
We were just listening there to Dream Catch Me from, I think, your debut album in 2007, hand-built by robots.
Yeah, 2007.
So
That's a long
that's
time
coming up
ago.
to a bit of an anniversary.
It's getting there, yeah. It's just around the corner.
Any plans for that?
Everything is currently fluid,
Yes.
but there's definitely things afoot. We're
Okay.
just trying to work out what it's the kind of technical side,
Right.
as opposed to the creative side. But yeah, the technical side, we just need to sort out what we can do, what we're not allowed to do, who
okay.
we can do things with, and all that.
Yes,
So-
right.
But there'll definitely be. Well, I've got re-recording rights, so that's a possibility.
Nice.
I really want to do a repressing of the vinyl because there were so few printed originally, and I think that would do really well.
Nice. Okay. Watch this space. You're also at the tail end of a very extensive tour, I know, throughout the UK and Europe.
Yes,
So how did that go?
really good.
Yeah.
That was a great run. I built something strange for the first time. Really,
Right.
I mean, I've done a lot of weird things live, and I've been incredibly experimental in how I've reproduced the records. It started with the first album. I just went out solo and occasionally had a band for big things.
Yes.
And then with the second album, I was working with Mike Spencer, who's an amazing producer. He did the whole record. But the one thing I didn't do is limit myself in terms of sonic stuff with regards to how hard it would be to recreate live. And I remember sitting in a rehearsal room on my own with a pile of gear and just thinking, right, this is the record.
Yeah.
How do I do this on my own? And there were some very strange things I ended up doing. At one point, I had violins and violas.
Uh-huh,
Can't
yeah.
remember how to say it.
Yeah.
The lower ones, pressed onto vinyl. So I had a vinyl with the strings on. I was playing the cello parts via MIDI with my feet, while playing drums with the other foot,
Amazing.
and playing the guitar
Wow.
while staying in time with the vinyl and singing over the top.
What?
Which is pretty nuts. I mean, there's
Crazy.
yeah, it was really fun. And then other tours ended up triggering visuals
Yeah.
from my feet to see through screens.
Yeah.
Which was way ahead of its time. It was so
Yeah.
kind of early in that being possible
Yes.
to be doing it. So that was really hard work. It would actually be quite easy now.
Yeah,
so I'd
sure.
probably bring it back.
Sure.
But yeah, so I've been through all these different kind of phases. But what has always frustrated me is for all of that, you kind of have to be sitting down to use both feet. And the new record, Octopus, is very much a non-sitting down
It is.
album.
It really is.
There's no
It's not
there's no
rather.
space
Yes.
for that.
No, you're right.
So
Yes. Funkier, poppier,
yeah, it's way
rockier.
more fun. Yeah,
it is.
It kind of goes in all the directions of the tentacles.
Yes.
And then, so the challenge with this record was to make a huge amount of noise, but without sitting down because it didn't suit the music anymore. So what I ended up building was a pair of MIDI shoes.
MIDI shoes.
Yeah.
Right.
So I started my first MIDI shoes thing was in Strong Rooms in Shoreditch, and that was, I would describe it as semi-successful. And then I kept messing with it all through festival season.
Yeah, but you have to. explain what MIDI shoes?
Okay, so there's 4 triggers that I've put into the bottom of my shoes, which means I can... What's the best example? So normally it's like kind of kick, snare, and various combinations of those.
Okay.
But on some things, so like Teardrop, for example.
Yes.
I've made samples of bass, piano, and strings.
Yes, right.
Using kind of Spitfire audio samples. They're amazing kind of sample bank. So I made the samples with those, and then the first note is on the toe of my left foot. The second note is on the heel of my left foot. And the third note is on the toe of my right foot. So you cycle those while doing the drums and all the other stuff.
Amazing.
Wow. But there is so much you can do with it.
Amazing.
And I've also been using the MIDI shoes with an electric guitar going through loads of processing, but also has MIDI components in the guitar as well, so I can split the guitar in more directions, which has been really fun.
Oh, incredible.
Wow.
So it's kind of... It's basically futuristic Dick Van Dyke, and I am aware of that. But it's cooler than it sounds when I say it like that.
Cool.
Hey, what do you mean? Yeah, exactly. That sounds incredible. I have to say, Teardrop is one of my, as I mentioned to you earlier, one of my favourite covers of one of my favourite songs.
Oh, thank you
so
very much.
do Google Teardrop, but specifically Newton's cover. It's by Massive Attack, but your cover is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
However, it's all very well talking about Newton Faulkner, isn't it?
And attaching things to your feet, yes.
Yeah.
But this is the Gerry Anderson podcast.
It is.
And I did have a brief conversation with you via email about your Gerry Anderson knowledge, and I took all the information you gave me and I popped it into our Andometer, which you can see here. It's quite a futuristic device.
Oh, I like it.
You might recognise the 5 craft there, which represent the scores 1 to 5. And, well, depending on the answers you gave to my rather precise questions, let's see how the Andometer scores your Gerry Anderson knowledge. Okay. Oh, dear. It's a little indecisive.
No.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Well,
3.
that's not bad, is it, Newton?
It's not bad, but I do think after I'd answered the questions, I did do quite a lot more research. I'd like to think I'm at least a 4 at this stage.
That's incredible. Is 4 the joint highest I think we've ever
I
had?
think possibly, yeah. We rarely go higher than
2,
2 really. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, really?
Although,
Oh, wow, I feel quite good about
although I
that.
have to say, people tend to. I think they're quite conservative, and they often, we get a result of 2. But in our conversation with them, and they start remembering theme songs and scenes and characters, that kind of nudges it up
Well,
a
you were
bit.
telling us before we started that you've been taking a few deep dives recently.
Oh, yeah. No, I
yes.
particularly enjoyed Dick Spanner. Dick Spanner I got well into.
Well, that will please Terry Adler no
Yes,
end.
absolutely, yes.
So when was Dick Spanner? 86, 87?
7-ish, yeah.
So
yeah.
do you remember watching that as a child, because
No,
born in
no,
85?
I think I totally missed
Yes.
that. I think, it's the kind of Captain Scarlet, Joe 90.
Yeah.
I think that's when I was kind of old enough to be
Yeah.
kind of taking stuff in. So anything before that, I probably missed.
Yeah, no, sure, absolutely. But born in 85, so in the Gerry Anderson world, well, let's see what he was up to around that time, shall we? Have a look at this.
30 miles from refinery.
Flaming thunderbolts.
Kate, open fire.
10-10.
What in space fire is that?
I can't hold it. Fire.
What in Spice Fire is it?
Terror Horse. Ring any bells?
Yeah, no, I've been digging into Terror Horse.
Yes.
I've been thoroughly enjoying it as well.
Quite a difference, and I think this wrong-footed a lot of people when it was produced, because the puppetry is a very different kettle of fish from the super marination puppets that we had in Thunderbirds and Captain Scarlet and so on
So
that
is
you
this
mentioned.
Yes.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Or super macromation, as they call it.
Right.
But that really confused me. I was like,
Macromation, yeah.
what is macro... As a dyslexic
Hand
person-
puppets, that's all that means.
Hand puppet. Why didn't they say that?
That's right. In many
super
ways,
hand puppet.
yeah, but sort of easier to film, I guess, because you're coming up from beneath rather than
Yes.
with these things having to be up on a gallery with,
Yeah,
with the
that
strings,
is.
you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's And also just control-wise.
Yeah.
That is so much
It allows
easier.
for more immediate movement and reactions and such.
Yes.
But then you do kind of struggle with the sort of lip sync with that, our mouths are coming out here kind of thing.
Very good, Chris.
Yeah, thank you.
Who's
Yes,
operating you?
No. We never know.
No. So aside from Terrorhawks, that you may or may not remember from the mid 80s, what were you watching as a kid then? What was the Faulkner family home like as you grew up?
I mean, my mum says that I generally was taught by Sesame Street.
Ah,
So I was deep in that, and obviously,
Yeah.
so that's kind of Jim Henson.
absolutely.
Puppet
Yes, yes.
World. That I mean, to be honest, I still love now.
Yeah.
Kermit the Frog turns up
Yes.
at many of my gigs because people shout things that I end up just being like, oh, what would he sound like doing that? Let's give it a go.
You're joking.
Which is really fun.
Great.
And then, I mean, I guess a lot of the kind of superhero cartoons from that era were particularly good. And
Yeah.
by today's standards,
Yeah.
spectacularly dark.
Yeah. Right. Yes.
Like, really quite unhinged. Like that kind of Batman, the animated series
Yeah.
with Kevin Conroy and
Yeah.
it's Mark Hamill doing the voice of the Joker, which
Yeah.
is obviously very twisted and very,
That's right.
like, super dark.
Yeah.
Was probably like, that was that, and the Spider-Man one where, spoiler alert, but it has been out for 20 years.
Yeah.
At the end, he turns in, like his mutation keeps going, and spider legs come out, and it's like terrifying for children.
It's
like
but-
really not.
It's
aimed.
fun. Yeah, we seem to have lost that because there is a space for that as a child. This kind of unnerving, disturbing imagery. It's somehow we kind of need that to sort of process the darkness in the world. I think,
Quite possibly.
and we just don't have. Well, I don't know. I don't watch much kids
No.
TV, but
I mean,
I'm aware
as
of.
far as I'm, so I've got a 14-year-old and a 2-year-old, and my 14-year-old obviously will watch things
Yeah.
that are older than he should,
Yeah.
and then tell me later.
yeah,
Warn you
there's
about
that.
scary bits.
But in terms of kids TV now, I mean, it's super fluffy and
Yes.
very like carefully,
Yes.
conservatively.
I mean, you have to remember Captain Scarlet that you've mentioned. Of course, used to pretty much die every week and be resurrected. I mean, you know,
that's pretty extreme.
it really is, isn't it? And
Yeah.
lots of death and destruction and people
Oh, yeah,
dying
every week. That's the part of the plot.
Yes. What's the Anderson series with the biggest body count? Do you think? Probably Scarlet.
Well, there's one episode of Thunderbirds where 600 people die off screen. So it's
600.
yes.
That's up there with Rambo.
It really is, isn't it?
But yeah, Scarlet and Joe in particular. I mean, Space 1999. Chances are,
Yeah.
it's hinted at sometimes that everyone on Earth is dead. It's just these 300 people left on the moon. All that's
I mean-
left of humanity.
I mean, that's a pretty
So
high
it's-
body count,
Isn't it?
Depending on the population at the time.
Yes,
There's-
Yeah.
That's right. You just wouldn't get away with that now. I mean, focus
don't
groups
talk
and
about
committees
that,
would just stamp that out before you got anywhere near production,
yeah,
wouldn't they? It's
immediately.
extraordinary.
I mean, there must be things that. I mean, I felt like there was another kind of dark period of very young kids' TV, which was that kind of in the night garden.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yes.
Which was again heavily like
Surreal and
child
weird.
psychology.
Yeah.
Like research based.
Yeah.
But the upshot of the heavily researched thing ended up like a Danish horror film sometimes. So these things called like the pop-pox that just move in this really disturbing, jittery manner around the screen. I was like, this is horrible.
You should have been around in the 70s. Kids' TV in the 70s.
So what was that kind of magic roundabout?
Yeah, that's right. And also we had Paul
Bagpipes?
McGann last month for our Christmas special, and he brought up the singing ringing tree, which he remembered as a child, which is very, very weird. Eastern European, well, East German as it was then.
Import,
Fantasy,
Oh, wow.
Grimm's fairy tale kind of people
that's-
turning into weird bears and fursuits and
I mean, fairy tales
evil
are...
dwarfs, and I mean, just very odd.
Yeah, my wife has started editing fairy tales.
Ah.
Because she's kind of reading it to Finn, and then gets to the end, and is like, oh, I'm just going to skip this bit. What was the one she did recently that she just had... Oh, it's the one with all the names, like kind of Ducky Wucky and
Oh, yeah.
Ockly
Oh,
Bockly.
Chicken Licking and the sky
Chicken-
falling
yeah,
in and all that.
Chicken Licking, and then at the end... I'm not going to give it away.
Spoilers.
But at the end, it's bad.
It
does
is?
not end well for anyone other than a small family of foxes.
But, I mean, is this something, you grew up in a household that produced this chap here, the wide-mouthed frog.
Yeah.
That's your father, Keith Faulkner.
That is my dad, yes.
So you grew up with storytelling, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
constantly. Yeah, my dad kind of reading books and doing voices. And it was like a whole, that's a huge part of my childhood.
So do you think it was a kind of a given that you would become a storyteller of sorts as a songwriter?
Well, also, actually, considering like the artists that they're into as well, it was like kind of like Guthrie and that kind of storytelling, folky, both English and kind of American thing was always there as well.
See.
So yeah, probably was.
I was just wondering if any of the TV shows and things you were looking at the time, their theme tunes, did they influence you at all?
Massively.
Yeah.
I was really tempted to use the original X-Men cartoon as my walk-on music for the last tour, but it's almost impossible to find.
Oh, really?
But that was so good.
Nice.
So over the top. Loved it.
And how was the news taken in the family when you revealed that you were going to pursue music as a living?
I don't think there was like a grand reveal.
Yeah.
There wasn't like I don't have one of those moments where, I mean, I see interviews with other people and they're like watching TV and Jimi Hendrix pops up. Like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I just don't have one of those. It was quite kind of gradual. Like there had always been guitars in the house and I'd been messing around, and then I had drum lessons and then I had some piano lessons, and then I wrote a song, and then the piano teacher wanted to record the song. So that was kind of, it'd been bubbling away for a while.
Yeah.
And then I was in a band playing bass. My first gig was a week after I'd started learning the bass.
Wow.
And I remember being on stage.
Is the bass that easy?
With the book in front of me. It's really not. It's a terrible idea. With like the book in front of me, like reading Green Day, just like, this is what it says.
Wow.
Which is nuts.
In front of a paying audience?
No.
Okay.
In front of a very unpaying audience.
Fair enough. They couldn't complain then, could they?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Also, everyone was about 14, I think, about that time. So it was...
Yes.
And then, it's just got to a point where I couldn't really imagine myself doing anything else. And I don't think anyone else could either. It was just like, this is just what you do and who you are. So
okay, so what's the route though? I mean, I can understand as an actor, you decide you want to be an actor and you think, okay, I may need some training, so let's go to drama school, and you go to drama school and you might get an agent, and then you might get work from having an agent. But as a musician, you make that almost a decision, this is going to be my livelihood, my living. So what do you do then?
The best thing to do is just get on with it, really.
I
went to ACM. ACM was amazing for me. I was incredibly lucky with when I was there. That's the Academy of Contemporary Music in Guildford.
Oh, yeah.
And I was there for a couple of years. Eric Roach was head of guitar. He had a massive influence on my playing. Huge. And everyone else, all the other tutors were incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, Guthrie Govan was teaching there, and Dave Kilminster, like the names, especially then that's the rock guys, and then the jazz guys were like, what's his name? Jones? Phil Jones. No, Phil Jones is the sound engineer. Pete Jones?
We don't know. We can't help.
It's gone. And Pete Callard, and just these incredible players all over the place.
Yeah.
So I was incredibly lucky.
Yeah.
To be there at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I did very well the first year. I got an award.
Of course you did.
Which was very nice. It was quite an insulting award.
Right.
It was the most improved guitarist of the year.
Okay.
Which is either like a pat on the back or like he's tried really hard.
They didn't specify how low the bar was when you started. I mean, that would have been helpful, wouldn't it?
So I took my insulting award.
Yeah.
And then the next year, I actually almost failed. But that was because I was making the first record, basically.
Right.
So I'd started...
Yeah.
I started recording. I'd started having meetings with publishers. It was kind of all bubbling away before I'd finished.
Yeah.
I remember there was one particularly interesting one. What was it? It was the music theory test, where I was supposed to have memorized lots of things that I hadn't, but I was very good at working things out very quickly. And at the end of the exam, even the guy that took it was like, kind of sat back and let out like a deep sigh. It's like, I don't know whether to give you a full like A-star pass or
Yes.
completely fail you.
Right.
Because you were supposed to learn this stuff,
Aha.
and I know you didn't learn it.
Mm-hmm.
But you are working it out incredibly quickly, which
Right.
just kind of gets you to the same point. I think he did part, but I had to convince him to pass.
Wow, yes, by the skin of your teeth.
Yeah, it's close.
Music, obviously, is very important in your life, and we spoke briefly about the music of the Gerry Anderson shows. A lot of people, if they remember nothing about Gerry shows, they remember the music, the theme tunes, and so on.
Amazing.
Yeah,
It was so good.
If you imagine those shows without the music, they wouldn't be half the shows they've become. So this is the great Barry Gray who wrote a lot of the theme
Yeah,
tunes.
what else did he do? Do you mind that?
Gosh,
I'm quite
Chris?
intrigued to see
Yeah.
where else he ended up.
Well, he came from. I think originally he was doing like nursery rhymes and songs with. I think he worked with Vera Lynn.
Right.
Okay.
That's probably the earliest back I know of
Yeah.
him. And then he ended up working with Roberta Lee, who was the woman who then went to Gerry Anderson's company with the first puppet show that he ended up doing. Yeah, I'm sure he worked with Vera Lynn.
Right, wow.
And
s-
then
and
just
did themes for Gerry throughout the
through
50s,
the
60s, 70s?
Yeah, end of the
Yeah.
50s, right through to First Series of Space 1999 in 74, 75.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I think just retired and became a hotel pianist somewhere in, I want to say, Jersey. Or
I mean, that sounds all right, doesn't it?
somewhere, Yeah.
Would that appeal?
Yeah.
Being a hotel pianist in Jersey?
No, I don't think it does. If I'm being completely honest, I really went there.
Yeah, I saw it.
imagined
I saw it
was
in your
like,
eyes,
okay,
yeah.
I'm in the piano.
Yeah. No, it doesn't feel right.
No,
Doesn't feel right
it's
at all.
not for me.
So let's have a look at one of, I think one of your favourite themes. You mentioned Stingray earlier.
Oh, Sting's amazing. I still sing it. I sing it to my son all
Yeah.
the time, but just with different words.
Yeah, so the Aqua
Like
Marina.
whenever anything's got two
Yeah.
syllables, you can just roll
This
with
is
it.
the beautiful final theme. Now, this is 2023, I think, the last concert, Standby for Action concert at the Birmingham Symphony Hall.
Oh, wow.
An evening dedicated to the music of Gerry Anderson shows. And this was presented as part of that. So have a look and a listen to this.
Marina,
Aqua Marina.
what are these strange enchantments that start whenever you're near?
I mean, she's giving it, isn't she?
Yeah. So's that jacket. Oh my God.
Marina,
Why can't you whisper the words that my heart
He wasn't the jacket made from an old bedspread or something?
Oh, yes, yes. There's some story behind the jacket, isn't there? Yeah, that's right.
magic to me.
a beautiful mystery?
You see all the orchestra dressed up in their Thunderbirds costumes.
Loving it.
I know
Because you enthrall me so.
Marina, Aqua Marina. Why don't you say that you'll always stay close to my heart?
Now, you wait for this.
Beautiful.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
That was quite a night.
She's incredible.
Yeah, that's Wendy Carr and Mark Silk there.
Wow.
Mark Silk, voice actor, known for, various voices. Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, all sorts
Oh,
of things.
wow.
Yeah. Shaggy and Scooby and all
Amazing
that sort of
night.
stuff. Yeah. So
Shaggy
yes,
is great.
I mean, it's a beautiful song, isn't it?
It's incredible.
You were mentioning earlier about you were, in your early days making your own music and so on. That's the democratization of kind of music making has exploded since then. In that anyone can lock themselves away in their bedroom for half a day with some software on their computer and a microphone that they picked up on eBay and produce a record.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
is
I'm
that
trying to think when
exciting?
I think the first kind of laptop number one. Oh, what was it? I used to know.
It's not.
But it came out.
It was Corner Shop, was it? Was it
Oh,
Brimful of Ash? Or
yeah, really
was
could
it
have been.
that?
Yeah, it's definitely that era.
I think it may have been. Yeah.
So I remember that
Yeah.
coming out and that being like, oh, okay, so
Yeah.
that's like a laptop in someone's bedroom. And
Yes.
it's like a global smash. So that does level the playing field
really
to a
does.
certain extent. And obviously, going back through history, you need a huge warehouse of equipment in
Yeah.
order to record anything to any kind of standard. And that's got I mean, it got smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and is now
Yes.
people. The amount of studios I've gone to, and I'm like, where's all your stuff?
Yeah. What is,
And they're like, oh,
it's on my phone.
this is it, and that's going to increase further.
Does
To
that
the
worry
point-
you, or is it kind of? I mean, you can't resist it, of course.
You can't, yeah, you really can't. There's no point. I mean, there's huge changes coming very fast now from like the kind of AI world as well.
Yes.
I think labels have signed
Yeah.
2 AI artists, to my knowledge, which is
What's the point? I don't
Yeah.
understand that at all.
that is baffling to me. And I think to me it kind of confirms suspicions I've had for many years about labels' relationships with artists.
Yeah.
And I do think we are just an inconvenience that they can't wait to
Absolutely.
get rid of.
Yeah, that's right.
People with feelings,
Yeah.
feeling all over the place,
Needing money.
Yeah.
needing money and getting upset,
Yeah.
shouting at people.
Could do without all of that.
Yeah, just
God.
prompt it in.
Terrible.
But yeah.
Yeah, amazing. I thought you'd like to see this. It's a clip again from Stingray.
Yes.
But not only because it's a nice bit of jazz that I thought you might appreciate, but
Always.
the artistry of the puppet work
Oh, yes.
is beautiful. So have a look at this.
What we got?
Obviously, that's not a puppet.
I thought that's very impressive.
But I believe those are Barry Gray's actual hands.
Okay.
I love the expressions on this.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That's
So this is a Barry Gray tune, I'm guessing, written
Oh, yeah.
specifically for this.
Oh, that guy's asleep.
There's always one.
Every game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. How? That's a puppet, isn't it?
That's a hand.
Oh, is that hand?
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
The sleeves were so...
I think that's a puppet, though, if you look at.
Yeah, the drummer's a puppet.
But that you can see the finger, I think, slightly.
I mean, that is astonishing.
Isn't it? Yeah. And that's jazz.
Nice.
There you go.
That,
Dug that out just for you.
that's like genuinely mind-blowing.
Yeah, yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? So Stingray, the first of Gerry's series to be presented in colour, which, as you
Yes.
can imagine, was an explosion of vivid,
Yeah.
contrast.
So when was that? When...
Broadcast 64. Would have been filming through 63 onwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for my money, that's really when Gerry and his team kind of hit his stride. So previous to that, we'd had Supercar, Fireball XL5, things you may have heard of,
Yeah,
all black
heard
and
of
white, of
and
course.
not, yeah.
The puppets were a bit cruder, and the movement was.
But like
But the
naked
music
or-
is still
The music's
There's
amazing.
Great jazz
Absolutely.
stuff in XL5.
Yes, that's true. But by the time we get to Stingray, for my money, it all kind of clicks and comes together, and the puppets.
Wow,
work,
I mean,
and
it's
just
yeah,
beautiful.
it's kind
isn't
of quintessential television at this point.
it? Now we're going to play a little game with you here.
Oh, what you got?
Oh, uh-oh.
Well, you've scored yourself a 3. I mean, you've asked for it, really, because then you said, well, actually, I've reassessed my Gerry Anderson knowledge. I think I might
have
be a
got
4,
to
what you said.
It's a probable 4. I'm going to put myself down as a probable 4.
Okay.
Right.
Not so confident now, are we?
We
Because,
have a higher number to reach now.
yes. So we're going to show you some very, very, very brief clips from every one of the opening titles of every one of Gerry's series.
Okay.
There are
All
18 in all.
Okay, that is.
So
a
from
good challenge.
1957 to 2005,
Yes.
I think.
Yep.
Okay. You'll know one, of course, at least.
Oh yeah, I definitely got one.
Everyone always gets at least one. So let's see how you do. Shout them out when you see it. They're really quick. First one. The Adventures of...
Oh no, I didn't go this far back.
No, Twizzle.
Twizzle.
Okay, number 2. These are very early days, so yes. That's Torchy. Gone. Number 3.
What is that?
Four Feather Falls. You might know from now on.
Is that Terror?
No. Supercar.
Oh, super.
Yeah, you see. Fireball XO5 just gone. You'll know this.
So that's Thunderbirds?
That's Stingray.
Oh, it's Stingray.
I'm going to give you that because I know you know it.
Oh, that's Thunderbirds.
There we go.
Oh, it says Thunderbirds.
There it is,
Make
exactly,
Make it
yeah.
extra easy. Captain Scarlet.
Yes, good.
Joe 19.
Very good. You see, people always tend to hit their stride around now.
The colour ones, yeah. And then we fall apart here.
Yeah, this is a bit of an outlier.
What was that?
Secret Service.
Oh, okay.
Interesting one, that UFO.
Oh, yes.
Another outlier here, not even sci-fi, that was The Protectors.
The Protectors. Oh,
This is an emergency.
oh, that's Terror.
That's Terrorhawks.
Terrorhawks.
That's it. You got it. Ah,
Oh, that's Dick Spanner.
Dick Spanner.
Yeah.
Into the 90s. Space Precinct just gone there.
Oh, yeah.
Fabled right to
Almost there. Lavender Castle, that one was.
Oh, I missed that.
And then the CGI remake of Captain Scarlet again.
Captain Scarlet,
So that was
yeah.
new Captain Scarlet.
Because they did new Thunderbirds as well, didn't they?
They
Yes.
recently did the Thunderbirds.
That was
Octopus series.
2015 onwards, yeah.
What I haven't seen is the anime Thunderbirds, which I
Thunderbirds
found.
2086. Is that the one you're thinking of?
Must
I
be.
think so. Yeah, it turned
Yeah.
up on my thing. And I was like, I'd actually really be intrigued to see that because they
Yes.
did Thundercats. And Thundercats was amazing. Like Mumra was terrifying. It was really, really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the anime Thundercats was actually pretty serious. I liked it.
Ah, now was that
The
about the same
anime
time?
Thunderbirds was, I think, 83. It was made in
Yeah.
Japan
Oh, wow.
as just a kind of generic thing about a rescue organisation. But they named
okay.
the ships, it was called Techno Voyager. And they
okay.
named the ships Techno Voyager 1, 2, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah,
so-
blah, blah. But the Japanese don't have a letter V, they use B, so all of these vehicles have TB1, TB2. So they did this thinking, oh, well, if it doesn't work in Japan, we'll flog it to America as a new version of Thunderbirds. So
I
that's where that comes from. Yeah,
see.
they're all on YouTube, I think.
So it's
I wanna
not
check it out, I'm intrigued.
kind of
Yeah.
affiliated with Jerry at all? Or-
No,
Not
it
really,
said it- yeah, it
except
said it
for the
wasn't.
fact that they did put a lot of Barry Gray music on it.
Oh wow!
So, yeah,
oh, that definitely
it does
ties
help
it.
a bit. Yeah.
How did they get away with that, though? I mean, was there...
It was ITC.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Sure,
yeah,
right.
They had the music.
Yeah,
Why
interesting.
not? Yeah.
I mean, you scored 8.
I got 8 on that.
Yeah,
Ooh, that is
got 8
not-
right. I mean, I
is that-
gave you 1 or 2 that, Stingray, for example, I know you would have got. But
I would have. Yeah, I just sorry, I
It's
couldn't
also
remember
quick.
if any of them.
It's very quick,
It was
so,
pretty
you know,
quick.
you're
So how
thinking-
is that? Is that good, bad?
that's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean,
Is that pretty good?
we've had super fans who've got the full 18.
That is impressive.
And
Paul
then
McGann got 5.
Paul McGann got 5.
So,
So you beat Paul. You beat the Doctor. You beat Doctor Who.
I beat
That's
the
pretty good,
doctor.
isn't it?
Don't tell him. He'll come after me.
Other people 1 or 2, Thunderbirds and
Yeah.
things, and Stingray perhaps, but
Yeah.
it's those early ones. If you were around, we've had Nigel Planer in that chair as well,
Oh, wow.
and of course he remembered all the early
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, they're way before.
We were one of the few to get Dick Spanner off of.
Yes.
Dick Spanner, I really got into. I'm a, that kind of Mel Brooks kind of. What's the other one? Police Squad. Kind
Oh
of
God,
era
yes,
of comedy.
irreverent sort of.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
that
right.
stuff.
It's funny because that's more associated with kind of student-y types who used to, watch Dick Spanner
Yeah.
after the
It was on
Hangover.
a Sunday network show, a magazine show on Channel 4 called Network 7 that was like there for the post Hangover crowd
Right.
to sort of
Nice.
wake up with on Sunday morning.
Because Teletubbies had the same thing. It was like the stoners of
Oh, right.
like the late 2000s.
Sure.
I know
Yeah.
the late kind of I guess late 90s.
Yes, yeah, it must have been, yeah.
We're watching Teletubbies and
Yeah. But interesting, Dick Spanner came at quite an interesting period in Jerry's career when there wasn't much money around. So much of his earlier stuff, the more successful stuff, you might say, was bankrolled by Lou Grade, who was the media mogul who basically just chucked money at Jerry to make whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
Make mini movies, essentially, which is what this Super Marination stuff was.
Yeah.
But by the time he got to the 80s, that relationship was no longer happening, and Jerry was kind of down on his uppers with very little production money. So the likes of Dick Spanner was making a necessity out of a virtue. It's a little cheaper, a little rough around the edges, but obviously appeals to some.
Well, Dick Spanner wasn't even Jerry's idea. It was Terry's to start with, and Terry Adlam took this character design. They were discussing ideas, and Jerry saw this character in his portfolio, and I said, well, "What's that?" And Terry just sort of on the spot, I think, invented this character, and
it's a big
Jerry liked it.
chinned robot.
That's right. Yeah. He said, okay, let's make that. Some outliers that you noticed there. One was the Secret Service. I don't even remember the vicar that very briefly appeared.
Yes.
Secret Service is an odd one. It's kind of the last of the Super Marination, but
Also, the first of the live action kind
because
of,
it features both puppets and real actors.
How does that dovetail?
Well, generally the real actors were used for distant shots.
scenes of people driving cars,
Jumping onto bikes.
Yeah, just
Okay.
shot outside,
Yeah, and then the puppets used for close-up work. Very odd
so
mix.
It's like stunt doubles, but the humans were the stunt doubles.
Pretty much.
And the
Because
puppets
you wouldn't
were-
want to damage the puppets, would you?
Come on, don't be
Actors
messing
are
with the puppets.
indispensable. Rather dispensable, yeah, that's right. And the second one there was The Protectors, which is, again, an outlier because it's not sci-fi at all. It's, how do you sort of describe it? Sort of
Who was that? Like
Robert Vaughn, you might
It was Robert Vaughn,
It was
yeah.
Robert Vaughn, that's right.
It's just a crime Got a thriller series, I
Yeah,
suppose, really. Yeah.
that's right.
I'll
yeah.
have to check that out.
Which I think sort of came Jerry's way rather than being developed by him.
Yeah, that was Lou Grade kind of just gave him that and said,
Right.
if you want to do this, fine. If you don't want to do it,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
So, yeah.
But 8 is a very respectable score. Well done.
I'm happy with that.
Good. Now, in this Space 1999 lunchbox, we have some questions from our viewers and listeners. We have a Facebook page, of course we do. Facebook
Everyone
group,
does.
the Podstrons, we call them, the listeners
Love
to
it.
the podcast, and viewers. So, a few of them have popped some questions on bits of paper. So, if you want to reach in there and take a handful,
Grab one at
let's
random.
see how we go.
Simpsons clips.
Yeah, that's it.
Hello, Newton. Have you ever wanted to follow in your father's footsteps and write a children's book? Yeah, I definitely have. I've got a couple
Yeah.
of stories that I've made up. It's that bit when you're trying to put a child to sleep and you've read the books, but they're not going to sleep, but you've turned the lights off and you can't turn the lights back on and read another book because that takes you back a
Yeah, I
step. So it's
see.
like, right, I'll just make something up.
Yeah.
And there's one that's been refined over many, many tellings.
Yeah.
And it's like a tale of pillow fighting knights.
Right.
But it's got more
Like
and
it
more
already?
detailed, and the kind of lore and the kind of world buildings
Ah.
increased over the many
Yeah.
tellings. And now it's got loads of layers and quite like a detailed
Nice. Okay.
story to it. So it is very tempting.
Is it just a question of finding the time? I mean, I guess you're busy with your...
time is a challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
These days. For some reason I've ended up with 2 kids and 2 dogs, which
No. You're
It's
doing it all wrong.
somehow baffling to me. Every time I look at my life, I'm like, why have I done this?
Sweet. That's lovely. Another question.
Yes, of course. I'm going for ones I can't see, but I'm going to pick up this one.
Yeah, sure.
This is from Steve Bushell.
Oh,
He's
yes.
got 2
That
E's.
is how he spells his name, yes.
Yes,
that's right. Yeah.
Steve.
I've heard from him before.
Okay. What do you think makes Jerry's shows still so watchable even today? He also hopes my latest album is a success, which is very kind of him.
Well, we all hope that, yeah.
I think it's quality. It's quality of everything. It's kind of the layered quality. So there's the kind of direction and the attention to detail in just the kind of textures and tones. The music's a huge part of that.
Yeah.
And the kind of cinematography
Yeah.
is of such a high standard
Yeah.
for what it was for. And a lot of people would have skipped over that, being like, oh, it's just for this. Let's just make it work. But you can tell how much kind of care and effort went into every tiny detail. And then the storytelling. Storytelling is really like well paced by
That's the
any
key, isn't it?
standard.
I think, actually. You can have all the whiz-bangs and explosions and cinematography, but if it ain't a good story, people aren't going to be invested, are
we've
they?
seen a lot of this in Hollywood. These kind
Indeed,
of
yeah.
CGI nonsense films. We're
That's
like,
right.
what have I just watched?
Yes.
I just watched a computer just to have a breakdown.
That's right. And I don't believe anything that I've just seen
No.
on screen. That's
But
the weird
it
thing.
is also amazing with the going back to the craft side of it. They put in so much work and time and effort for something that they had no reason to believe would ever be repeated.
True.
It might be shown around the world
Yeah.
in subsequent regions, but there's no reason to believe that 50, 60 years
No.
later we'd still be looking at it.
No
They
such
just
thing as
made
home
it to the
media.
highest standard.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to.
Yeah, that's
You
incredible.
can,
isn't
you
it?
can genuinely feel the love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, there's such a kind of. It's like. There's a few things that kind of transcend their initial purpose. And I do think, everything he touched kind of managed to do that. Because it's
Yeah.
like, it's for little kids.
Yeah, that's right. But it's
Oh,
not. isn't
let's
it?
make it amazingly detailed and really
Yes.
like expansive and like hugely
Yes.
like. Yeah.
Let's make it for little kids, but let's make it for little kids to remember for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Introduced to their kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah. Let's have another question.
Yes.
Take a couple out, Newton, and we'll just rattle through them. That's it. Yeah.
Let's jump into.
Great, perfect.
What we got? Alex Patrick, hello, Mr. Faulkner. I like that. Very, very official. Which musician would you most like to see a biopic about that hasn't been made already?
Oh, so that would also tie into your inspirations and so on. I was going to ask, who were your inspirations
Oh, it's so.
as a musician?
In my head, it's a bit of a kind of convoluted spider diagram at this point.
Oh, so glad I asked.
Because I started out listening to my parents' record collection, which was amazing.
So we're talking music from the 60s, 50s? That kind of stuff.
So my mum was very kind of Joni Mitchell, Californian folk.
Yeah.
My dad was very much into that as well, but also got slightly heavier. No, like, kind of proper, like, metal.
Yeah.
But definitely up to kind of Steppenwolf and stuff with a bit of kind of chunk
Bit
to
of meat
it.
to it, yeah.
And then I kind of felt no need to rebel against that at all because it's awesome. So that I kind of skipped out that kind of musical rebellion phase.
Sure.
And then when I got old enough to start finding things myself, I was listening to kind of Radiohead and the Presidents of the United States of America, and who else was in there? Went through a little Scar phase because Real Big Fish kept doing gigs.
Nice.
And me and my friends would go and see them. And there was a bunch of other ska bands that all toured together. I went to loads of those.
Great.
And then introducing my mum. I remember like my proudest moment was my mum came to pick me up from something and she was blasting the Presidents of the United States of America's first album out of the car. And I was like, Mum, what? What is this? She was like, you left it in the car. It's really good. I was like, oh, cool. And then when you get into playing, then you start listening to things from a playing point of view. So I was listening to players. I was listening to Thomas Lieb and Eric Roach, who I ended up being taught by, and going back to kind of Michael Hedges and John Martin and all these kind of experimental acoustic people.
Yeah.
Preston Reed's another one. And that they keep coming and they keep improving and keep kind of pushing the boundaries relentlessly. Mike Dawes is probably at the forefront at the moment. He's unbelievably good. He's terrifying.
Okay. Wow.
So there's kind of that whole area of just listening to players. But then I also listen to vocalists just for the vocals. I listen to songwriters just for the writing.
I see.
I listen to producers just for the producers. So
I see.
It gets really confusing.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's kind of endless at this point.
And who has the most interesting story, do you think, out of the singers that you know that would make a biopic?
I'd like.
Do you go and see the kind of Bob Dylan stuff and the Johnny Cash stuff when they make a movie?
I find it really hard to get to the end.
Right.
Of, like for instance, I think I put it's like one of those classic albums things. I'm sitting downstairs in my house.
Yeah.
And I'm watching like the making of, I think it was like a Queen thing. And it was like Queen's classic hits. And Brian May was talking about his methods. And I was like, cool. And then I turned it off and was like, okay, I'm just going to try all of that upstaids.
Right.
So
yes, I
the
see.
studio's upstairs. So it's up. It's like,
absolutely.
so what did you do? You did that, you did this.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
that. Oh, I see. Oh, that's very clever. And then I never watched the rest of it. And
No,
I've done
fair
that
enough.
with so many things.
It's a bit of a busman's holiday, isn't it, really, to expect you to sit through a musician's biopic?
It is a bit. But I do. I mean, I probably shouldn't admit this, but my favourite music biopic film of all time is a total joke. It's the story of Dewey Cox.
Okay,
it's a film called Walk Hard. It's John C. Reilly. And it's basically poking fun at all the music biopics ever.
Oh, right.
It also features the best comedy lineup of the Beatles you could possibly construct ever. I think Paul Rudd is John Lennon. Jack Black is Paul McCartney.
Oh, God.
A couple of guys from American Pie are the other two. And it's just great. But the other thing about that film is just the songs are amazing.
Yeah, sure.
But I think if I was going to see anyone's story that really hasn't been told, maybe go for someone that was just really like surreal and bizarre. Maybe like a Captain Beefheart.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm trying to think who I'd want to play Captain Beefheart.
Exactly.
He's got such a chunky face.
Yeah.
And he looks a bit like who's the guy that played General Zod in the? He's a great actor.
Yeah.
No, the second incantation, so the slightly more recent one. So he was in the film with Henry Cavill. He's a great actor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it something Sheen?
I could talk about old stuff, not so much the new stuff.
But he's got the right face. But I think, I think you need someone capable of being very strange.
Sure.
As well, because if you go back to, I watched the old Grey Whistle Test videos every now and then just to top up on things.
Absolutely.
And the Captain Beefheart one's always like really like, oh my God, this guy's really going for it. Just all this weird like pulling the cameras in.
Okay. Great.
It's nuts. I love it.
I think you have one more question there.
This is David Hollis.
Yeah.
My head wants to see enjoyment.
Fair enough. I think we all know where he's coming from.
Yeah. I have not been to a West End show for a while.
Right.
Could you, and maybe a few friends, come up with a stage show, one that has great action and a lot of feeling and a Gerry Anderson feel that makes me smile?
Yeah. Could you do that, please?
If you could have that done by 5 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, well, so, I mean, the deadline is an issue, but conceptually, I think we're fine.
Now you
can do that.
You have
Okay.
toured as part of a musical, I know.
I've done a couple.
That's right. Okay, so
I think what we need. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Okay, so we need to talk
he's got it.
to We need to talk to Wayne. We need to talk to Jeff Wayne.
Jeff Wayne, of course you do.
I'll ring Jeff Wayne.
Yeah, great. Have you got him on speed dial? Perfect. Yeah.
Because he's just finished something at the moment, so he's probably looking for something.
I've got this idea, Dick Spanner, the musical.
Dick
really
Spanner,
go with it.
the Jeff Wayne musical,
Could happen.
but with 60-foot flames.
Brilliant. That would work for me. Now, I'm going to take you back, I think 20 years for you,
Okay.
to a song called UFO,
Oh, yeah, it's a very silly song.
which coincidentally shares a title with the Gerry Anderson show that's
Yeah.
over 50 years old. Called UFO, obviously.
Yeah.
So I've taken the very end of your song and put it over the opening credits to
let's
UFO,
see
just
how
to see how it looks.
Let's see how it feels.
And I wanna look into the sky and I see a strange light. Everything is alright, everything is alright. And I wanna look into the sky and I see a strange light. Everything is alright, everything is alright. UFO, if you wanna take the time to say hello, I've been waiting in a few to say UFO.
I forgot about this, actually. I haven't listened to this record for a really long time.
UFO, if you wanna take the time to say hello, I've been waiting in a few to say UFO. If you wanna take the time to say
I wouldn't be able to wear that. You'd see all the hair coming out my shoulders.
if you wanna take the time to say hello, I've been waiting in a few to say UFO. If you wanna take the time to say hello, I'll be waiting in line. UFO, if you wanna take the time to say hello, I'll be waiting in a few to say.
That felt in time.
Take the time to say hello, I just wanna say hi.
I mean,
Oh,
I think, yeah.
Come on.
I think that.
What have you
that,
think?
that definitely does the trick.
you say you haven't listened to that for a while. I mean, I don't know.
Long time, actually. I forgot how simple it was.
Yeah, yeah. Do you tend to listen to your own stuff? I mean, is that a thing amongst singers? No. Why would you, I suppose?
No, only for kind of research purposes. But I quite enjoy the kind of Chinese whispers
Yes.
thing that happens. So you write something
Yes.
at that point, you record it, and then you keep playing it live. And every time you kind of shift it a bit, you're like, oh, okay, so now we're leaning this
Gotcha.
way. And again, and then eventually you listen to the record and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm like a million miles away
Yeah.
from it at this point. It's still
That's
got the
interesting.
same kind of essence.
Yeah.
But I mean, UFO, for instance, mutated multiple times. Live, the biggest time is when I had an electric guitar on, because I'd been doing some electric stuff, and someone shouted out the song, and I was like, I'm really sorry, I've got the wrong guitar. Normally people are very understanding about this.
Sure.
This man was not. He looked dead into my eyes and through gritted teeth went, play it anyway. And I was like, oh, I was terrified. I was like, oh yeah, I'm just going through myself into it. And having never played it on that instrument with that sound, I kind of started and immediately was like, okay, it wants to be a bit slower. It wants to kind of have a slightly different swing to it. It's a lot kind of bluesier with this kind of feel.
Nice.
And ever since then, I've just never turned back. It's kind of stayed in this kind of very old school, like Delta bluesy vibe.
Yeah, wow.
With big stomps. But that noise at the beginning of that clip is that's just me. That's just my face. It's basically my nose, really.
Right. Okay.
Because we couldn't. We had to be finished by the next day.
Yeah.
We had no time. I think we'd exhausted the budget at that point. And we're like, okay, we need to finish this. And I was like, oh, I can hear this sound. And what I wanted was an actual kind of theremin, like classic Star Trek theme tune. But we had no access to it. We couldn't find it. There weren't really synths doing that at the time. So I ended up literally just going, ooh, just kind of really pushing it through my nose.
Yes,
The reverb, which
amazing.
is what's on the record.
But I love that. So it's almost like your songs are living organisms then. So it's not
completely.
nothing is ever set in stone. And it
No,
can change
I mean,
and grow. And
that's part of what keeps the live shows exciting
Yeah.
for me. I mean, I have a lot of respect for bands that go out and perfectly recreate records.
there's a place for that, isn't there?
There's
Absolutely.
definitely a place for that. But
Yeah.
for me, I want the element of danger.
Mm.
And I operate right on the edge
Yeah.
of all of my abilities. And I do it every night. So
Wow.
there's stuff that I can only just play. And I have to really concentrate.
Terrifying.
It's like so hard. And there's stuff where like just on a multitasking level. So I've got polyrhythms going in all directions and I'm singing really high and I'm playing drums with my feet. And that is, everything's kind of going everywhere at the same time. And I basically have to not focus on anything. I almost just step back and just listen,
Yeah, interesting.
which does feel pretty insane at the time. I did it
Yes.
a lot on the last tour.
Yeah.
In fact, on the last tour, I did it like a micro experiment. It was on the last day. I was like, okay, this is really hard. It's a track called Don't Make Me Beg. It's got these kind of Bach-esque arpeggiated things running through with the feet doing stuff. The vocal is really like technically challenging as well. And just for a moment, I thought, let's see what happens if I actually like just actually try and concentrate on everything.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just for change.
As opposed to just kind of letting go.
Disassociating almost, yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of zoomed in, and as soon as I zoomed in, my hands basically were like, "Why are you here?
Yeah,
Go away!"
interesting. That's right.
And I had to step back again
Wow.
immediately, and then my hands just locked back in as soon as the bit where they just stopped for a moment.
So you just got to trust the process, really, haven't you?
Well, it is
rather than getting involved.
Yeah, if I get too involved, it all goes wrong. So a lot of it is kind of taking a step back and kind of, which it's not, it does feel a bit like puppetry to a certain extent, because I'm kind of just making micro adjustments from a distance.
Interesting, yeah.
And just being like, okay, that's slightly slow, but let's not get carried, let's not get involved.
Yes.
But let's just say maybe slow that down a touch. That does feel a bit quick. And then vocally, there is so much to think about all the time. And I've had to change the way I sing a few times due to really bizarre physiological kind of issues. The weirdest one being, for years, I sang with my mouth really wide open. And that was how I'd been taught to sing at that point, is if you want to get noise out your face, make a big space for it and send it out. Yeah. And every tour, I'd get ear infections.
Oh.
And I was like, this is really boring. I don't want to do another tour on like antibiotics for the whole thing. It's like, it's not fun. And then it would switch ears and it would go from one ear to the other. I'd be like, what is going on? This is horrendous. And I was cleaning, because I just changed to in-ear monitors. And I was like, it must be that, because that's the only thing going into my brain.
Yeah.
So I was religiously cleaning those and like fully disinfecting them every night. Wasn't making any difference. Went on for ages. And then I spoke to like a chiropractor to sort out a different thing with my like neck and back, because playing guitar is actually quite unhealthy.
Yes.
And he was clicking my back, and I told him about the ear thing. He was like, oh, it's probably mechanical irritation.
Okay.
Totally ignored him because it sounded preposterous. And then like another year went by and someone else had a look and was like, oh, has anyone ever talked to you about mechanical irritation? I was like, oh, no, why did I ignore that guy? And that's 100% what it was. So what was happening is I was opening my mouth wide, and as I did that, the bones of my jaw were crushing my ear canals, and that was creating the irritation.
Oh, interesting.
So I had to completely retrain how I sing to basically not open my mouth anywhere near as much as I was. And there are examples of singers that have done this for a long time.
Yeah.
Roy Orbison, for example, will sing crazy high notes.
Yeah.
But if you looked at a photo of him singing that note, you'd be like, no, that is a man who could possibly be asleep.
Yeah.
Because he's got the glasses and his mouth is kind of just through.
Right.
But it's to do with all these kind of, like it's so technical.
I guess that changed the sound then, did it? Or
made it way better.
Yeah,
so much more resonant.
Interesting.
It's really fun. It's kind of to do with resonant areas in your head.
Yes.
I can actually kind of make 2 notes at the same time now as well, which is kind of fun. Do you want me to see if I can do that? I might not
Yes.
be able.
Yes.
Should I go?
Yes, please.
It's a kind of whistle tone thing.
Okay, go on.
So that's my
Yes.
nose. That is the cavities of my nose and changing the shape to adjust the harmonics.
Amazing.
Sounds are fun. It's a great way of clearing your nose, and it also stops babies crying. So it's well worth learning if you've got the time.
Incredible. And I guess just getting older, your voice is going to change. I mean, do you have to kind of compensate for that, or not yet?
Yeah, well, I did for a while. So I had some issues when I was having the issues because I was struggling with ear infections and all of that stuff. I went through a stage of making things lower to accommodate for that.
Yeah.
And then when I kind of got all the new techniques kind of in my body via an amazing vocal coach called Lucinda Allen, who helped me up loads. And Nikki Lamborn was amazing as well. That was the one before her. When that kind of became more natural, I actually started not only taking things up to the original key, there's a few things that I've taken up from the original even more.
Wow.
Because it feels like it just feels reachable and better and it's more exciting and it's it's great fun. I mean, the possibilities of anything with your voice are kind of endless because once you really get into it, as soon as you start eradicating any kind of tension, I've got a possible secret plan.
Right. We love a secret plan.
Yes.
As long as it's formulated in a secret base,
Yeah, it's in my secret base. I started thinking about, at the moment, what I'm doing is I'm doing all the hardest technical things I can do every night.
Yeah.
So what if, vocally, I learn the hardest vocal techniques, but never do them? So I was going to find like a hardcore metal, like screamo metal vocal coach, because they are the ultimate technicians. Because they have to do stuff that not only sounds like it hurts, but is also like brutally high and really like shakingly low.
How do they do that?
And all this stuff. And it is so technically precise.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit like metal in general. It's kind of the illusion of the loss of control.
Yeah, right.
But with also ultimate control to make the illusion feel possible. So the guitarists are kind of shaking their head around. And it looks like they're just flopping around, but everything is so precise and has been drilled, like with metronomes for years.
Yeah.
And it's the same with singing. Someone put like a microphone up a singer's nose and got him to do what he was doing. People were looking like, how are you making it do this? And I think that's what I'm going to do. And also
sticking things up my nose.
Well, I'm not going to stick cameras up. I've done that before. It's not very fun.
I'm sure.
It's not a good weekend.
No.
But yeah, I think if I kind of dig into something which is more technically challenged than challenging than what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then also with half an eye on voice acting in the future.
Okay, interesting.
Those are really useful tools. Like there's guys that make a whole living out of being able to make weird monster noises.
It's interesting talking to you because I obviously thought we'd be talking a lot about the art of writing songs and so on and performing, but it's so interesting to hear you talk about the technicalities of it, which also seems to fascinate you.
Oh, it's all
as much as the airy-fairy muse, writing poetry, really.
I mean, writing is quite hard to talk about because every time you start something, you're at square one.
Yeah.
However much you've done in the past.
Yeah.
Because there's just no rules.
Yeah.
Like at this point, I've written thousands of songs. And if someone asks me, how do you write a song? I just look at them like, what?
I don't know. Yeah, don't ask me. Don't ask me to write one now.
What do you mean you don't know? It's literally all you do. I'm like, but gosh, it's so hard to articulate and explain. And partly because I don't have systems. In fact, I avoid systems. Like ever since I saw, it was actually Elton John who was doing it was like an evening with Elton John, big TV thing, a few years ago now.
Yeah.
And he was doing it, and then he was given like washing machine instructions and turned the washing machine instructions into an Elton John song. And it was like perfect Elton John song, just with ridiculous words.
Yeah.
And I remember watching that and I thought, I don't want that. I don't want it to be a thing that I do that has like a kind of definite framework.
Yeah,
Very much
got
like
you.
the new album was even...
Which we'll talk about, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that was even further into like dismantling
Yes.
any frameworks that I'd built by accident while trying to avoid them. And I think because of that, I'm just trying everything all the time.
Yeah.
I've written songs with one finger and a piano. I've written songs using just my feet and a MIDI foot controller.
Yeah.
I love that kind of... it's kind of... I'm trying to think which period of art where they were getting into the limitation.
Ah, right.
So that whole... Yeah, it was when there was a whole movement where they were painting with matchsticks.
Okay.
And the idea was, with a paintbrush, it's too easy to make a note. It's too easy to make a mark. So you're just painting and it's easy. But if you make it harder to physically do anything at all, then you think so much more about what it is that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I love that idea, and I do like apply that. I quite like having a set of rules going in.
Yeah, and then breaking them.
Yeah, of course, every time.
Always.
But just as a starting point, it's like, okay, let's give myself... I mean, if you look at things that seem to do something impossible, so look at Harry Nilsson, Coconut.
Mm-hmm.
It's one chord.
Mm-hmm.
How do you write a song with one chord?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like one chord.
Yeah.
But it's one chord the entire... It just sits.
Yeah.
Does not move. The entire thing. And that's astonishing to me.
Yeah, yes.
There's other things. I mean, there's kind of 2-chord equivalents. There's no chords. There's literally single note things. It's like, how have you managed to make everything work over just this one bit? I mean, I can't even do what loads of writers do, which is just, especially in like kind of dance world and the kind of pop world, it's like one loop and everything works over that loop.
That's right, yeah.
My brain I think I just like music too much a lot of the time.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I can go here and then I can do this.
Yeah.
And then we can do this, and then I can do this. Then we can go over here and then we can change key. And I get really kind of excited about that. And
which brings us quite nicely to Octopus, your latest album, which has been something of a departure.
Yes. I mean, not
yes, but there's definite change in intent, perhaps?
I think it is. It's really hard to quantify from the inside. And I'm very aware, I'm not going to say the name of the band, but there was a band that did a first album, and then they released this very lengthy video about how they'd thrown the rule book out.
Yeah.
And they were doing something completely different, and it was made by Sony. It was all like kind of Vivo content stuff. And it was this huge kind of piece to camera, and the band were talking about how like they'd really pushed the boat, and they were like, it's really different, and like, strap yourself in, guys, this is going to be crazy. And then the song came on, and it was literally the same chords and the same tone with nothing of any value that was different. They might have used different mics to record the same thing, but it was nothing. And I'm so aware that that is actually easy to do because you're in it.
Yes.
So I didn't really label this as a departure myself at any point. I was like, I'm just going to do stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have a huge amount of fun. And my main goal with this album was to not edit it as I go.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a question that I banned, which I feel has maybe like pushed me in the wrong direction before, which is when you reach a certain point and you're trying to decide where it should go next. I think a bit of my brain, again, with like a bit of detachment and a bit of kind of looking at the thing as a whole, was a bit like, okay, so what would Newton Faulkner, as people perceive him, do next?
Okay.
Which isn't what do I want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
It's that kind of
What do people expect?
What do people expect?
Yeah.
What do the label expect?
Yeah.
And all of that stuff. And I just banned that line of thought completely. So instead the goal was, where does this want to go? And it is pushing very hard in this direction of like a whole genre of music that I've never even dipped my toe in before. But that's where it wants to go. So that's where we're going.
Amazing.
And I just got out the way and just kind of let it go wherever it went. And I did that with every track on the record, really.
And you've been touring that album, I guess. That's what you've been. And how's it gone down then? Is it
really well?
Yeah, there you go.
It's gone down really, really well. And people, I mean, the main thing that seems to be the biggest change has been the reviews are nuts. Like, they are stupidly good.
Great.
Which I know I shouldn't sound surprised by. Obviously, I'm very proud of it, but I don't know how people are going to take stuff.
Yeah.
I gave up trying to guess that decades ago at this point. So, decades ago? How old am I?
It probably is decades.
A decade ago. Maybe 1 decade. That's a massive overexaggeration. So, yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm really glad that people are seeing it as a departure and feel that kind of change.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that change is. The change was literally not trying to do anything at all. I was just letting it go. So the opening track, all right, is heavy and wanted to be bizarre, and that's very. Actually, speaking of Captain Beefheart, I feel like he's definitely an influence. Now there's some Captain Beefheart. There's some Talking Heads. There's some kind of early punk, maybe like some Sex Pistols and a bit of. Who's the guy that did Gordon is a Moron? Do you remember that? Great tune.
Jilted John.
Jilted John!
I think that's Graham Fellows, actually. I think.
Yeah, because he does
Jilted
John Shuttleworth as well, doesn't he?
That's it.
Can't go back to Savoury now. Stone Cold classic.
Yeah, that's right. It is.
But yeah. So that was kind of following that. And it's stuff that I've listened to for years, but I've never kind of tipped my hat to it.
Yeah.
In terms of the stuff I'm creating. And there was loads of tracks like that where it's like, this is stuff that I love that I've never made because I didn't feel like I was allowed to. But that, I just kind of ditched that. And I do think shaving my head was actually felt like part of that.
Yes. Now, of course, Chris, this you may not know this, but a full head of bright red dreadlocks.
Yeah, to my knees.
Yes, that's right.
At certain points, which was total pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It's not a practical haircut for life. Especially with kids. Like kids climbing up the back of your head.
God.
It's not what you want. But if you don't want kids climbing up
go for it.
your head, don't grow hair that looks like rope. I mean, it's simple, really. There's loads of things. I mean, it definitely kind of ran its course. One of the nails in the coffin was it actually got shut in a cab door and the cab started driving off. It was that long that could kind of happen without... Someone fell over on the tube once. And it was a woman that, as she was falling, grabbed the only thing that she could see to grab, which was all of my hair. Just in one big fist. Just wrenched my head backwards.
Wow.
It's the most apologetic I've ever seen anyone.
That's horrific.
Quite horrified.
So that all became part of the reinvention. Not reinvention, but perhaps letting go of stuff and then moving on with something else.
Yeah, it was very much a kind of shedding of the past.
Yeah, interesting.
And I've felt it on kind of every level.
Yeah.
There's loads of things I let go of kind of as part of the process that just feel... Everything feels kind of fresh and exciting, and production-wise, I feel like there's so many places I can go from this point. So from Octopus, the doors are so open to do anything else and work with all kinds of exciting people.
Yeah, both exciting and terrifying at the same time. I should imagine that sort of feeling, standing at an open vista.
I think I am actually just excited, which is really nice.
Great.
I think, kind of the fear and the pressure and all of that stuff, I've kind of found ways of just parking or not feeling in the way I used to. Because obviously, I mean, I had a lot of success when I was very young. Like I was probably like 22 when the first record came out. And that did so insanely well. And I remember looking in the mirror in a hotel and having like a very surreal chat with myself, which is basically... looking around at everything that's going on and being like, okay, there's a lot going on for us right now. I'm pretty sure that 85 to 95% of everything that's happening right now is total BS. So let's kind of work out what's important and what isn't now before we get kind of swallowed by it, as I've seen happen to many people over the last kind of 20 years.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, what do we actually love?
Yeah.
The work. Let's just focus on the work.
Yeah.
Let's focus on making the best work that we can make. Everything else is pretty much total nonsense and is not actually as important as... Because if, let's say, let's take it totally other way. Let's say I'd gone the other way and I just wanted... I wanted fame and I didn't care how. That would have been a very different mirror conversation.
Yeah.
And probably would have taken me to a very different place.
Yeah.
But I've been doing this 25 years. I've made lots of music that I absolutely love. I've had a really, really fun time making it, and I've had a really fun time touring it.
Yeah.
And I think, there's nothing I would change, which is an amazing thing to be able to say.
Isn't that
at this
great?
point. Yeah.
Perfect.
So
Great.
I think fear-wise, I don't think I really feel it anymore. And I've been terrified.
Sure.
Probably at the height of my fame, I was thrown into all kinds of
I can imagine.
situations, TV shows and stuff that was like, probably the most scared I've ever been was Nevermind the Buzzcocks, which I grew up on. Like, I adored that show. And to be there, I was like, oh my God, I'm here.
Yeah. Now, look, we're not just here to talk about the life and times of Newton Faulkner.
No. If we were, it would be the Newton Faulkner podcast.
Which is not a bad
Which I
idea.
haven't started yet.
Come on, that's
that's
got to be on the
another one
cards.
too,
Yeah, that's right. However, we are at that point in the podcast where we would like you to, earn your living, not by giving us a song, you might be relieved here, but by pressing that big red button there.
this
So
one.
that is going to activate the randomizer, and the moment you press that button, you will see very quickly all of Gerry's shows cycling through the randomizer machine on our screen, and it'll settle eventually on one particular series, an episode of which we are going to watch later on. How does that sound?
That sounds amazing.
Over to you. Pick up the button, give us a countdown if you want, and see what we get.
Okay. 5,
Good. Oh,
4,
love it when this happens. Yeah.
3,
Yes.
2, 1.
Well done. Okay, off we go. Okay, so early days, so scrolling through the black and whites.
I'm trying to think what I've got my fingers crossed for.
What would you be after, do you think? A bit of Terrorhawks, I guess, or Dick Spanner?
Yeah, Dick
maybe?
Spanner and Terrorhawks
Yeah.
are right up there.
Puppet
30
shows.
Oh!
Okay.
Now that is interesting.
And I think you did say during super identification, I'll have to have a look at that.
I will have to have a look at it. I just can have a
you
look
are
at it
going
right
to.
now.
Yes.
That's good, isn't it? This is The Protectors. So tell us a little bit about The Protectors, Chris.
Well, Protectors ran from, I think, 72 to 74-ish. It's 52 episodes. It's about a worldwide organisation of detectives headed by Robert Vaughan, who's Harry Rule, and he's got various agents working for him, including Nari Dawn Porter, playing the Contessa Caroline de Contini, and Tony Anholt as Paul Boucher.
Yes,
and
indeed.
They sort of protect people and
There you
stuff
go.
like that.
The titles, the clue's very much in the title. Now, on IMDb, I think it's got a rating of 6.7. Here's a typical review. What opulence? The cars, the clothes, the interior designs, the dog. Could a 70s show be any more 70s?
This is written by Chandler from Friends.
And look at the end there. And the yellow car in the opening credits, it's a Fiat 850 Coupe, just so you know.
That's definitely paying
That's
attention.
useful to know, isn't it? Now, before we watch an episode from The Protectors, we're going to give you one of these.
Now, time for Fab Facts.
Okay, so this is just a little something to watch out for when we watch the episode a little later on. Okay. So, Chris, over to you with this month's Fab Fact.
Well, this month's Fab Fact, and indeed this month's Protectors episode, is called A Pocket Full of Posies, which features a singing and acting performance by none other than Eartha Kitt, playing a character named Carrie Blaine.
Yeah.
Professional singer about to make her comeback, but she wasn't originally going to play this role. The part was initially offered named Shirley Bassey.
Imagine.
And it would have marked her acting debut. Sadly, it wasn't to be, and for some reason unknown to us, unfortunately, Bassey pulled out. However, thanks to that, we do have this perfect performance.
Oh, that's very good.
Thank you, yes. From Batman's Catwoman herself.
Of course, she was Batman's Catwoman.
Yes, the kit.
Adam West.
So let's have a look and see if we can imagine Shirley Bassey's distinctive sound.
Okay. So we'll be seeing this in the episode as we watch it later, but this is Eartha Kitt in action.
Eartha Kitt is such a legend.
Man's gone now. Ain't no use in listening for his tired footsteps climbing up the stairs.
So cool, isn't it? There's something quite Nina Simone about her vocal, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's the vibrato.
Do we know this song, Chris, or is this written for this show?
No, this wasn't written for the show. I think this comes from a musical.
Oh, okay.
I did look it up, and I've since forgotten.
Yeah, fair enough.
Ain't that I mind working me is
So you could imagine Shirley Bassey really belting this.
Absolutely right.
It's my next Bond song. Yeah.
But actually, it loses nothing by having the great Eartha Kitt.
Oh, no, I love her.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, so I
Incredible.
remember hearing Shirley Bassey from a tent in Glastonbury, and I think she was sound checking. And I was with a bunch of friends, and it was like, "Wow, she sounds amazing." I was like, "Yeah, do you know she's not even using a mic? That's just her from 4 miles away. That's
Wow.
just what she sounds like." Oh,
Absolutely. Yeah, amazing. So, just before we watch that then, tell us a little bit more about where we can find your new album. Do you have a website? Where can we find you online? All that sort of stuff.
I mean, probably the quickest thing to do is just type me into Google, which I know sounds ridiculous because it's...
Yeah. But it's a very distinctive name, of course. There aren't that many of you around,
there's
are there?
very few.
Yeah.
Although it does remind me of a guy that I met him at the Hard Rock Cafe in America. I spent all day with him. I was playing a festival. It was him and his son, and we kind of all got on and we hung out. And then just as he left, he turned around and did like a full Columbo thing. So he went halfway out the door, came back in, looked me in the eye and just went, "Oh, by the way, Google me."
Oh.
And I did, and it turns out he's literally got 19 Grammys and is one of the biggest producers
Wow,
in the world.
no.
Absolutely no idea.
Amazing.
But I feel like...
Google me.
Google me. It's so bad. But I loved it.
Yeah, that's
but
great.
yeah, do that.
Sure. Brilliant. And when can we see you on the road next? I mean, I know you've just barely...
I've got festivals in for next year. There's stuff, everything's kind of being announced for next year now. I'm in Australia in April doing a run of gigs over there, which I'm really looking forward to. Australia's been really good to me over the years. And then festivals, and I'll be writing again. Probably be another album, probably not this year, but the year after. But I'm looking for things to do. I actually really want to. I've got a few production things in for other people, which I'm really excited about because I haven't. It's something I've always wanted to do, but haven't started doing yet. Yeah. But I think Octopus is such a good kind of business card for production, and I did a lot of it myself. So.
Yeah, great. And of course, we're all looking forward to Dick Spanner the musical.
Absolutely, yes. Can't wait for that. Yes, in a double bill with the Space Precinct on ice.
Yeah, that could happen.
Nice.
Yeah, you see, that's a full evening's entertainment.
Yeah,
right there, surely.
We'll just get Jeff Wayne to do both. We'll do a double bill, easy.
Well, Newton, thank you so much for joining us. Stay with us for a couple of weeks' time. We'll sit down on those comfy chairs over there and watch an episode of The Protectors. In the meantime, I'd like you to choose a track from Octopus for us to play out with.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, we talked about all right quite a lot. So maybe we should roll with that.
Perfect. We'll do that. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Thank you so much to Newton Faulkner.
Very nice guy.
Yeah, always lovely to hear another sort of perspective on Gerry Anderson's shows.
Yes, yeah.
In this case, the musical.
Especially on Dick Spanner as well. It's like, it's rare that anyone sits around this table and says Dick Spanner, except unless they're Terry Adlam.
Yeah, true, yeah. So remember, you can join us and Newton in a couple of weeks' time to watch that episode of The Protectors.
Pocket full of posies.
Looking forward to that.
Yes.
But in the meantime, it's time for the voice of the Potrons. That's you, because you've been emailing us again at podcast@gerryanderson.com, haven't they, Ross?
They have indeed, yes, in their droves.
Always in their droves.
Yes.
Would you like to read out the first email?
Absolutely. Dear Jamie, Richard and Chris.
Here we go, yes, thank you very much.
Is this Jamie?
Yeah.
We keep hearing.
No idea.
Yeah, where is he? You asked Potrons whether they had spotted any more resemblances between actors and puppets.
Yes, this was following a recent podcast where we showed, I think it was clips of Titan from Stingray as modelled on Laurence Olivier.
Yes. Okay.
And we had obviously Sean Connery as Virgin, all that sort of stuff.
Mention of James Garner as Troy Tempest.
Yes, that's right.
It's Sean Connery as Scott. I'm just saving you from the torrent of abuse. His hat's on the wrong way.
Oh dear.
No, leave it as is.
A few months ago, I watched Dr. Morell, The Case of the Missing Heiress, and was struck by the resemblance of Hugh Griffith, who played Benzel the butler, to Parker. Photos attached.
Oh, let's have a look. Oh, and there he is.
Could he be the original?
There's something about the hair and there's the heavy eyes that very Parker-esque. Yeah,
that's from Jane Ann Liston.
Oh, thanks, Jane. Yeah, always nice to hear from Jane. I think she's up north, isn't she? In Edinburgh, I think we discovered last time.
Oh. Yeah. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to see someone's listening. Chris.
This is from Daniel in Penrith.
Oh,
says, Hi all. I wanted to express my great appreciation for all the passion that goes into all the work that you and the team do to celebrate the great stories, characters, and thrilling action that Gerry Anderson brought to the world.
That's what we're here for.
This is evident most recently in your efforts to bring the very best possible version of my favourite of his works, Thunderbirds, to this new Blu-ray set.
Aha, great. Yes, we're all looking forward to that.
Saga of the Thunderbirds Blu-ray set. Moving on.
Yeah.
My mum introduced me to the show when I was about 3 years old, having been a fan herself as a child. I fell in love with the show and could often be found running about with my Soundtech Thunderbirds or recreating the Thunderbird 2 cockpit with dining room chairs and a paper International Rescue sash.
Amazing.
I think we've all been there.
Aww.
Thanks again to you all for keeping the passion going, adding your own dedication and creativity to the legacy. All the best from Daniel.
Oh, thanks, Daniel. That's really nice, isn't it?
Cool. Yeah.
We have to say, I suppose, a few words on the Blu-ray set. It's almost here. I mean, we're in the new year now. Yeah.
There is no reason why it shouldn't be hitting that date, but things happen.
Yeah.
And when we say we are working hard on it, we really are.
I know you really are working hard on it to get things right. That's what people have to bear in mind. It's not just being obstreperous for the reason.
It's like if we put out certain things as they are or were, we don't even have to issue corrected discs later on anyway.
Yes,
so,
I see.
Better get it right now.
Absolutely right. Hello all, says Hannah. Hannah's got in touch saying, I've been to the Museum of Brands for the Anderson exhibition back on the 30th of September. That's quite a while ago, Hannah. I'm sorry it's taken so long to get to your email. And I've loved it, she said. I'm sorry that I couldn't come to the VIP day. I've spotted a few things that I used to have as a child, such as the Tracy Island playset, if you saw that at the Museum of Brands. The supersized Thunderbird 1, the 6-vehicle superset, and the Virgil Tracy outfit. You've all done a wonderful job, and it brought back lovely memories for me. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, nice.
It's a shame that the Thunderbirds Blu-ray has been delayed, but I understand why the decision was made. I'm looking forward to seeing it when it's ready.
Yes, hope you enjoy it.
Indeed. Thank you all so much, and keep up the good work from Hannah. She also says, I think I'm going to make one of you three very happy, and another one unhappy.
Okay.
I've recently been binge watching an Anderson show I haven't watched before, which was Joe 90. It's right, he's not here. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's all good. I like Joe 90. So.
Joe Scrooge. I don't like Joe.
She says, and all I can say is my thoughts are, I enjoyed it. Sorry, Jamie, I don't enjoy it in the same way as I like Stingray, but I like the spy and espionage feel of it. Yeah. The same way I felt when I watched James Bond. But I also like some of the chilled scenes too.
Yes, it's interesting watching it again. And you realise there are some episodes that don't have an explosion.
Right,
and that, for an Anderson show, that's like, whoa, that's groundbreaking.
Yeah, she says whether it was in the cosy cottage or when they visit another location. I also enjoy the music, and the voice acting is really good too. And I like that it can be light-hearted and funny when it needs to be.
Yeah, there's a very, very strong sense of humour running through that show.
Interesting. I'm planning to check out other Anderson shows I've never seen before soon as well. FAB from Hannah. That's good news, Hannah.
Thank you, Hannah, yes.
Let me know how you go. Let us know at podcast@gerryanderson.com which new shows you are approaching, and let us know what you think of them when you've watched them.
I'm glad you enjoyed the Museum of Brands exhibition.
Yes.
Because we were there for the VIP day. Ross, you weren't there, but you've been subsequently, is that right?
I've not been at all. Shockingly,
Ross!
I know.
Ross!
It's terrible. I'm letting the side down.
What are you doing?
It is great.
I do need to go and have a
Or
look.
was great. I don't know if it is.
Well, it's running to the end of February,
Okay,
so
so
it's
still
still
on,
on
yeah.
when this goes out. Yeah, so you've still got time, but
Yeah, do
only
go.
about a month or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, do you remember when we had Paul McGann on the podcast?
Yes.
Yes, we had Paul McGann on the
Paul
podcast.
McGann, actually,
Actually, in that chair, Ross.
Oh, it's
with his Sonic, we showed a clip of Gerry Anderson opening Forbidden Planet 2.
Yes.
Now, I showed that courtesy of Colin, who's also got in touch with an email and a little bit of a fab fact of his own.
Oh,
do you want to take this one, Ross?
Sure. I mean, it's to you, Richard.
Yeah.
Well, come on, let's just open it out to everybody.
Here's a teaser question for your podcast.
Yeah.
When was Thunderbirds first seen in colour by the general public in the UK? Most people will say ITV colour launch on 15th of November 1969. Yes, I saw it that day when it aired. But way back in late 1967, there was something called the Colour Television Fair. It was held at Mullard House in London and was a showcase for everything colour. BBC Two had their colour launching in June 1967 and main launch scheduled for December 1967. The fair was mainly for everyone else involved, and that included ITV, who were then planning for November 1969. I visited the fair, and ITV were running some of the vast collections from ITC. I saw Thunderbirds in stunning colour for the first time.
Wow.
They also ran the Avengers and endless adverts that were already in colour because of cinema use.
I see.
That's from Colin.
Yeah, thanks, Colin. Is that great?
It's great, yeah, but I think I'm going to have to sort of slightly take issue with that as being first seen in colour by the general public, because you mentioned cinema use there.
Yeah.
There is a newsreel released, I think, during the time of Stingray, where and it's in full colour, and they say, now here we are in Slough, and they're making this new series called Thunderbirds. We can't tell you much about it, but here it is. Oh, it's so wonderful. And
I see.
There's the Fireflash landing sequence in that, and colour behind the scenes stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's...
So the debate rages on.
The debate rages on. I mean, there's probably something that supersedes that as well. So.
Yeah, indeed, yes.
Yeah, there always is.
Get in touch if you know better, Potrons. And I think I have the final one here from Nathan Simpson. He says, Dear Gerry Anderson Podcast. That's very inclusive, isn't it, Ross?
That is, yeah.
You happy with that?
Appreciate that, thank you.
Having just watched your retrospective on the 60th anniversary of Thunderbirds...
Oh, back in September.
Yes. I'm going to give my fondest Thunderbirds memories. It was 2004. I was a year old. The live-action Thunderbirds film, now starring the Oscar-winning Brady Corbett as Alan Tracy.
Yes.
Released by Universal Pictures that summer, came out on DVD and NHS, I almost said, by Universal Pictures Home Entertainment. Busted had a chart-topping song with Thunderbirds I Go, which was included on their album A Present for Everyone. Remember that?
Yes, I do, actually. I'm the right age for that, yeah.
Exactly. Toys were selling out, much like the 1990s and early 2000s, with the 2015 reboot very almost getting there. It's safe to say Thunderbirds has always been a favourite Gerry Anderson series throughout my life. I even watched the movie again recently when it was shown on Sky Cinema Family. Then in April 2015, me and my dad sat down to watch Thunderbirds I Go's premiere on ITV on its first broadcast. We were so excited, but then, because ITV moved it to Saturday morning, we missed the rest of the series. Brackets, damn you, ITV scheduling.
And 4 exclamations.
Yeah, he means it. Yeah. But it was also because of my dad. My dad's a builder and he had to go to work. Anyway, hope you enjoy my Thunderbirds memories. Yours sincerely, Nathan Simpson. I enjoyed those Thunderbird memories very much.
Yes, indeed.
What's interesting about it, from my point of view, of course, if I think of Thunderbird memories, I generally think people are going to talk about when they saw it in the 1960s. And it's very weird to me to hear someone's Thunderbird memories from 2004.
Well, that's very similar to my memories.
But I was old already in 2004. Which makes me very old now.
Well, it's interesting now to think of people having nostalgic memories like that for the CGI show from 2015. That is now 10 years old.
That's right.
Gosh, insanely, yeah.
Crazy.
And new Captain Scarlet is 20 this year.
Yeah, indeed. Amazing.
Yeah. Time marches on.
It does. As does the end of this podcast. It's marching towards us rapidly.
But next month, we've got a very special guest.
Have we?
In the shape of Chris Thompson.
Yes,
he will be here talking about the Thunderbirds International Rescue Technical Operations Manual, which we all know lots of you want to hear about. And where is it?
Absolutely.
Why haven't you got it? It's over 4 and 3. And he will be here talking about that.
Lovely.
And we know that he will. We can guarantee that he will because we've already recorded that interview 2 months ago.
That's true. That's right. Yes, that's something to look forward to, isn't it?
You mean it's hot off the press?
Hot off the press. What?
Hot?
The interview? You're saying we recorded it 2 months ago.
Yeah, but you're saying it like it's a joke.
No, I'm just lacking context.
Oh, none of this is going in, of course.
But it makes Ross look foolish.
Do you mean it's hot off the press? What? Yeah, I suppose.
1. Let's get started.
Let's go.
Spectrum is green.
What I meant was... What did I mean? Oh, God.
That was an Anderson Entertainment production.